If you're struggling with masculine card designs, you are not on your own. Today I've got a unique 80th birthday card with a handyman twist. So today I've got 3 tips to share with you to help you make a 5x7 masculine card design, starting with personalizing. So I know that this card is for a man who loves to woodwork, so I just went through my stash and grabbed out a heap of supplies that inspired me towards masculine themes as well as towards woodworking. I was thinking initially that I might create a cork board design, but you'll see that that changes up a little bit later on. Because I'm working on a 5x7 card base, I really like that this larger design allows me to add more elements and structure. So I don't want these to look lost though, so that's why I'm pre-planning out my design before I commit to anything. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Alright, so initially I'd gone for the cooler colours in the wood cardstock, but so you can see how I kind of shift and move things around until I get a combination that's happy for me and that I know is going to work together. I've made sure to choose a lighter and a darker version of the wood cardstock, and then I kind of put all the other stuff away and just get on with the card. I can drag out decision making forever. So I thought I would do some die cut words or letters using the darker wood grain cardstock, and I figured, like, if I just go and get them done, I knew what I wanted my sentiment to be. I'd already sort of worked that out. I just find it easier once they're die cut, then I can move them around on the card base and work out what my final design will be. I also will often make a couple of versions, like I've chosen a smaller and a larger version of the word dad here because I wasn't sure which was going to look better, and I didn't want to have to come back and do more die cutting. It's just easier to have it done all at once. And I love that this larger size card allowed me to use some bigger fonts here. I do like to mix and match fonts. If you don't have die cut letters, you could certainly stamp something. You could even use their name or their nickname rather than a generic word such as dad. I think this is a great way to personalize a special card like this. So when it comes to masculine card designs, I really like bold, clean lines and maybe some textures, and that's where I thought of the wood cardstock, but the corkboard just wasn't doing it for me. It was just all looking too brown. So then I had this idea to create a pegboard, and I didn't have a dotted die or cover die that would do enough dots for a pegboard, so I double die cut using this Tiny Dots cover folder, and I think that worked out really well. Another option I was thinking about doing was stenciling, or even just sketching some little dots on a piece of white cardstock would have worked as well. And of course, I like to add dimension. This is going to be a hand gifted card, so I do like to make it that little bit special. And when it comes to thin letters, such as die cut letters, like these tall narrow words, and I find it easier to use fun foam to pop up letters especially when I'm doing quite a few like this. I run them through my die cutting machine all at once, and then I leave the foam letters in place while I use some liquid glue to adhere the cardstock to it, and then I can pop the letters out later on. It's really easy to do. I find that using my manual die cutting machine squishes my paper less rather than the electric one. There. Top tip. I did cut the lighter cardstock panel down. I wanted that white border because I thought that would go well with the pegboard. And then I just sort of take my time to work out what my basic design is going to be. I did think about putting all of the sentiment lower down on the card, but in the end I decided to cut down my pegboard, use a smaller set of numbers, and add a few fun elements to really bring in that woodworking feel. I just went through my stash of stamps and found some tools that could be used, and some fun images that I could just add to the pegboard. So any hobby here would work if you've got someone that's into fishing, or even if it's someone into sports, so you could easily adapt a card and use a similar sort of layout and use elements that would work with this, or even images, or even a set of colors. Like if they've got a favorite sport team, then you can use the colors from that team and base the card on those colors. But when it came to the layout, I decided to, because it's a larger size card, I decided to separate it into 3. So I have one set of fonts and words at the very top of the card. Then I've got the central image, which is the pegboard with the number and I'm going to surround it with some woodworking tools, and then my final sentiment, which sits at the bottom. And I probably could have made this pegboard a little bit easier on myself. In retrospect, I shouldn't have cut it down so much, because I did come in and add a border. Maybe I wasn't originally going to add a border. I can't remember. But one thing I did think would look amazing would be to have the whole card design as a pegboard. In fact, I might have to do that in my next card. I think that would be really cool. And one thing that I think is really fun to do on a masculine card design is to add a punny sentiment. That's where having a set of stamps, like letter stamps or letter dies, can really allow you the ability to add a personalized sentiment. But if you don't, then you can always print one out from your computer or even handwrite one. That would look great too. And when I was adhering these together, I wasn't really sure. I like to I plan it out, but I don't make my final decisions. But the L on the nailed, I came back and forth. Did I want it straight? Did I want it crooked? And in the end, I thought crooked. It just adds that little bit of fun. And to a perfectionist woodworker, that's going to be really frustrating, I think. And I really like to add a lot of details. I think it really brings a card to life and makes it special if you add details. I think that adding the nails really goes in well with this sentiment here. And I actually went into the bin and grabbed out some of those little dots from the original die cut with the pegboard. And I'm using this silver permanent marker here, and it's amazing. It's really glittery and silvery, and I think it worked out perfectly for the nails to hold the number 80 in place. So we've talked about designing on a larger card base. This is a 5x7, and creating masculine cards, and also how to personalize them. If you want some more masculine card ideas, then stick around. I'll see you at these next videos. And if you liked today's video, click on the thumbs up button to let me know that you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? It's totally free. And I look forward to seeing you back here real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.